All right, the manager of Ajax, Hikari Mugen, will now take questions. Up first, Jack George asks, if you make the round of 16 of Champions League, will you play your better team?
I have spoken with our assistant coaches, and if we make the round of 16, we will use our strongest team.
The Dragon Keep asks, which player gets your nipples the hardest?
That is a very tough question, but I have to go with Ziyech. So hard. My nipples.
Rory Reacts says, Ziyech has been spotted out drinking and with girls. Are you going to do anything about that?
Ziyech-san is in a tremendous form. He is a top goal scorer, along with a joint assist man. He should slay as many bitches as he wants.
Alright. Hulk17 asks, your assistant coach Dennis Bergkamp has said that you have found an amazing talent with your scout future star and strongly advised you to bring him into the first team. What do you say to that?
We have found a bright young Brazilian by the name of Eduardo Rossi. Very high potential, but I would say that he is not ready. He is only a 15. That's too young. Oh, too young. We cannot bring him in just yet. But trust me, when the time comes, we could have the next Neymar at Ajax.
Alright, that'll be all the questions. Thank you once again, Hikari Mugen.
Arigato, and signing out this.
Welcome back, you lovely weirdos, to this, the FIFA 17 Ajax Career Mode. And guys, you went ahead and voted, and 242 you want to see the next Zlatan, Isak Alexander, the Swedish wonderkind himself, 17 years old, plays right now in the Swedish league. And look at that. Look at these deft touches. He made the goalkeeper do a roly-poly. Ridiculous, man. And in scouting him, it's enlightening, man. For a 17-year-old, 6'3", he's got way more pace than Zlatan ever had, man. And what's interesting about him is his passing game. Look at these incisive through balls, man. Digging, shaping it around the defender. Really intelligent stuff, really good vision. But, you know, that's just a surprising part. Not so surprising part is his dribbling. It's his best attribute. Good work with the body feints. Very, very good close control dribbling. If anything, he reminds me more of an Anthony Martial in the way that the ball can just stick to his feet. He's good at using his body to go ahead, shield it off. But he's not like Zlatan in the fact that for someone who's 6'3", you'd think he would be more of a target man like Dolberg, but no, he's a different type of player. He's kind of a little bit more scrambling, a little bit more wiry. He likes to get around, dribble around his defender's body feint, and shoot. And I mean, like, he is clinical with the shooting, but he could use a little bit of work. As you can see, there's some delightful little finishes, but for someone who's 6'3", also, he only gets an odd header or two. He's not really dominating. He's more of a, you know, a drift and fox in the box type of player, which you know, I like about him. It was just a little bit surprising for someone who's compared to the next Zlatan. The playstyle wise is he's kind of more pacey, he's kind of more of a dribbler than Zlatan is, but look at this, absolute destroying the keeper. If he can put it all together, he's gonna make his own name. I think it's a little bit unfair for him to be called the next Zlatan, but I think it would be very apt if he follows in the footsteps of his idol over to Ajax, where we can go ahead, shape and mold these bright young talents into the fine young ceramic potteries, you know, that we sell on the good old markets, on eBay, on Etsy. Okay, I don't know where I was going with that. Let's go. We got the Otto Hog. I'm probably butchering that as well. I'm just gonna call him Otto. And the second one in the Eredivisie is against Pek Swole. Yeah, let's go with the Peks that are swole on that one. Borussia Dortmund. I can pronounce that one correctly. Thank goodness. Let me know in the comments down below, guys. And guys, can we smash out freaking 150 likes on this? Because I need a beg. I need a beg for likes if I want to survive on YouTube. You guys hit over 200 on the last one. I want to stay humble. Can we get 150? Speaking of not so humble though, Eduardo Rossi, absolute monster. We'll profile him in a future episode, guys. Have no worries. A couple of you guys have been asking about him. Well, I mean, he's great, but he's 15 years old. We're not going to be able to bring him in, at least, I believe, for another season or two. So, he's going to be waiting in the wings, and we're going to profile him soon. Have no fears. Now, let's get into it. Who are we starting in this first match up against? Otto Gen Hog. Otto Gen Hog I'm absolutely killing this. I'm sorry. Finished, you know, 11th last season. It's a rivalry because it's part of the, I believe, one of the major cities in the Netherlands. So historically, they should be a rival, but it's just, you know, financially and competitively, they haven't really kept up all too much. Good thing to note right before we get into this match, Isak, this is his episode, so we're starting him up front. Also, for the sub that told me that Bertrand Traore isn't doing all too hot in real life, we're starting Cherney ahead of him, you know, just to go ahead. You know, Bertrand Traore hasn't set the world ablaze in his career mode. He hasn't set it ablaze in real life. Why not go ahead and get it going in here? And this is, you know, a rivalry, so we must go ahead and put them to the sword. Oh, nah, getting a good save early on. And as you can see, Isak, this is another thing that I love about him. He's really good with those long, you know, those long legs of him to steal it away in dangerous positions and cause havoc. Look at the dribbling. Doesn't dribble like a 6'3" guy. Very, very agile. Now, Boer linking up to Isak, who goes down on the box. Definitely, that has to be a penalty for sure. Got nowhere, and a red card. All right. The ref feeling a little bit frisky today. I am mad at that. I am not mad at that. Neither is Isak, the number 36. Yep, doesn't get anywhere close to the ball. Has to take him down. Good strength, you know, good strength to hold him off, forcing him, committing him into the foolish penalty. And the man doing the brick fall. One of you guys went ahead and recommended it. Let me know, guys. I'm still hearing it. I want to give every single one of our players a personalized celebration. Shout out to the guy who recommended the brick fall for Isak. And I believe you'll see a little bit later, Dolberg got one from one of you guys now. Bailey coming inside. Should he have some type of Jamaican celebration? Sizzling away. We gotta work on our finishing as a team, I must say. Now Cherney, his turn, actually puts it on target, forcing to save a little bit better than Bailey, but you know, we will see. Then open on the far post, Onana. Good agility on the other side. Now Bailey, the Jamaican, the Usain Bolt of FIFA 17, streaking inside. Beautiful position. Oh my God!
Oh God, please no!
What was that finish? He had all the time in the world. I slowed down the sprint button, hit finesse finish outside, and that was one of the worst shots I've hit in all FIFA 17. But this shot right here, beautiful hold-up play. Isak streaking with the heat-seeking missile over to the big bad Boer. Great run from him. And beautiful little tuck away to the far post, into the side netting, no less. He's a complete midfielder, man. And he's starting to shine. It took him a little bit, but he's rounding into form. In fact, all of our midfielders, they are the engine that makes this formation go. This 3-4-3 formation. You know, if you look on paper, this Ajax team isn't all that high rated, but it's because we have such well-rounded quality players. Even Dendonka, aka Mr. Badonkadonk, going ahead and getting in on the action. Total football. That is what I like to see. That is what I want to play. All of our players should be interchangeable in the spirit, you know, of Johan Cruyff and, you know, the lineage of great Dutch football right here. And Dendonka going ahead. Not the greatest finish, but he is a CDM. But that is what I want. You know, if one player goes in, another player can fall back. Klaassen and Boer can do both offensive and defensive. And then Isak, acres of space, and he says, why not have a go, my son? And while his finishing in, you know, in the scouting wasn't all that great, in game, he has just transcended to another level. This is the mirror dimension, and I have come here to bargain. Look at this. Alexander Isak. Lovely crossbody finish, leaving the goalkeeper in the dark dimension. And lovely stuff. This is I forgot even to mention, this is his debut in the Eredivisie. Dolberg's been hogging on the spotlight. He's been tremendous in real life and in game, so I was like, I don't know if Isak could get a game or two, but since you guys voted, you guys gave him gave him the platform to stand on. Could he possibly get a hat trick on his debut? He's still got a little bit of work to go, does he? Still has a little bit. I rate it. Yes, go for the audacious, my son. Go for the audacious. And Alexander Isak living up to the moniker of the next Zlatan, netting 2 goals, almost, very nearly a hat trick on his debut for Ajax. Picturesque scenes. Storybook-esque. Lovely. He didn't even get man of the match. Big bad Boer coming in with, I believe, 1 goal and 1 assist. I guess he put in a couple more tackles, a couple more passes in the midfield right there. Domination on our part. 64 possession. Up against, 9-man Otto. That's what you think. And we stay undefeated in the league, son. But what's crazy is PSV is still right behind us. That is maddening. I thought we could just pull away. We could focus maybe on the cups, play a couple of the youngsters. That was my plan for season 1. But no, it ain't happening. It ain't happening. PSV is going to be a pain in my ass the whole entire way. Well, there we go. And, this is Ajax. We should be focusing more on youth development, bringing in names, bringing in heroes, future legends. Because let's face facts. And with real life Ajax, a lot of these big names, as they grow bigger, are going to be leaving us, so we need to be regenerating. We need to go ahead, refill our coffers with bright young talents. Unfortunately, this month was not all that great. I think we got 1 decent potential player from Japan, and out of the 8 players that we got back from Netherlands, none of them had a potential over 83. It's simply not good enough. If your potential isn't starting out at least like 88, I'm not even going to take a look at you. I'm sorry. I just apologize right there. But as you can see, we are now 7 points clear of PSV. But PSV has only lost once. That is freaking ridiculous. And I looked it up. They have the most clean. They have 9 clean sheets. Isn't that ridiculous? They've only lost 1 game, and that was to us. And if that wasn't, they could have swung the other way. So this league very well could come down to who wins, the 2 ends of the derby. We netted first blood, but can they get a second back? Now, up against Swole, I felt like we were, 7 points clear. We're sitting pretty. We become lackadaisical, and then this happens. Sanchez keeping the two attackers onside, as you can see right there. Lazy stuff from him. Goes ahead. Great movement from Onana to get out there, reactive, get the first save, and the second one a little bit unlucky to fall in between him and the defender. But then for the first time in a long while, I feel like we're gonna have to find our way back. And lovely stuff, Ziyech causing a great save from the keeper in this situation. And now Dendonker with a CDM finish right there. I thought it was fizzing for a second. I thought it might be going in, but alas, it goes a little bit wide. Now Sanchez, a little bit of profiling. You're saying that I don't show enough the defensive players. Sanchez gets both of them, gets knocked down, still onto this. This is how much of a beast he is. Sticking with it and wins it back. What a freaking tank! Get Sanchez in your CD. Like get Sanchez in your career mode, guys. And lovely stuff. And Boer at point blank range with one of the misses of the season. Put it on a platter. And he was like, no, I'm full. I'm good. I'm like on a low carb thing right now. Not feeling it. Not feeling it at all. And we go into halftime down for once. Could this be our first loss of the season? Possible. But in 66 minutes, there's a man, a myth, a legend that said, enough of this. You know who ain't afraid of no ghosts? Mr. Kesper. Bergkamp. The friendly ghost himself. Ghostin'. And one of you guys also said that, he's been doing like the buff dance and the Dolberg face that I've been saying. But you're saying that Dolberg is actually a really, really humble kid, so we're going to give him the nose celebration. He's going to keep it humble. That's the motto of the channel. I think it fits with him. But if you want to, some people find the keep it humble celebration a little bit boring. I think it's funny. Let me know in the comments down below what celebrations we should be giving people. And look at this beautiful, incisive play. Bailey over to Boer, flipping it back to Bailey. Lovely runs, lovely spacing is what I want to talk about in this build-up right here. The runs, keeping other defenders off you, making dummy runs for your other teammates, and then picking out the perfect pass to the Jamaica. Oh, if there was a jerk dance, I would go ahead and give it to him. Leon, the Bolt Bailey, going ahead and getting us, putting it up, and with 10 minutes, well, 11 minutes left. We're bringing in some fresh legs to go ahead, see out the match, and hopefully stay 13 wins in 13 games in the Eredivisie. Spoke too soon. Spoke too soon. Spoke too soon. I should have cleared. And I didn't. And I conceded at the 83rd minute. Not Riverwald's fault. I got greedy out there. I tried to play it out of the back, try to build up something in a dangerous position. And the AI on World Class will punish you like that. And then sloppy defending in here into the middle. But thankfully, just gets about enough of it. Can we find one last piece? 89th minute. Can we show the resilience? Beautiful play in. Cassiera!
No!
Close to putting the cherry
The
on the icing on the cake.
fuck was that?
Missed it. Missed the target.
Yeah,
Missed a wonderful opportunity.
Wow. That look says it all.
Well, it kept
That
on the
look
edge of our seats, but final
says it
score.
completely. Well, we just dropped 2 points. Stupid clearance. Should have cleared. Should have put that on target. I mean, maybe I got a little bit excited, held down the button too long, but still. I feel like I've held it down for longer at that distance and actually put it on target at least. That one was rough, man. That one was rough, and we open the door for PSG to kind of sneak back into this. Not all too fun. Isak going ahead, getting up. And the final match, we do have Borussia Dortmund. We do sit 4 points clear of Moscow. But if you remember what happened the last time we played Borussia Dortmund, they freaking hammered us. I think it was 3-0. So yeah. Now, Belgium come through. Belgium come through on this one. Look at these talents, man. 74, 94, 70, 94. We get 3 possible wonderkins from Belgium. A little bit of a pick-me-up after, conceding those 2 points. But now, this is a crucial one. We lose here, then, and if CSKA Moscow wins, then they're right there. They're right there. If we could hold on for a win or a draw, let's be realistic. If we could hold on for a draw, that would be, we're in. But basically, we just don't want to get hammered in this. Unfortunately, if you do remember the rules in the previous episodes, we're not allowed to start any of our first teamers because we're not even supposed to be in the Champions League right now. So, we're going to rely on the heart. Because we ain't relying on anything else of Isak, of Churdy, of Adabilson, possibly. Could we get something going? And early on, it was a freaking batter grab. Get it stolen away. Sahin goes ahead, picks out the pass, an incisive run from Aubameyang. Absolutely shreds through my defense. Tim Krul had no chance. And it, in a freaking flash, Aubameyang puts him up 1-0. And I was like, it's gonna be a long day. We're kicking ass in the Eredivisie with our first team. With our first team, I think we would have a fighting chance against them. But with the second team, it wasn't that fun, man. They were all over me in the midfield. The Gegenpress was on a full display. A full display. And now Gomez streaking it, and we have to finish this, Isak! You can't afford to miss opportunities like that. It's just, once again, a mirror image of Cassiera in the last match at the end of the game. Apparently, we just didn't bring our finishing goods today. And then it flipped into the middle. Veltman, good stuff there. But then on the preceding corner, goes on the inside. Krul parries the first one right into the path of Sven Bender. One of the Svender bows. We don't need these. Borussia Dortmund's good enough. They don't need these lucky bounces. 33 minutes in, we're down 2-0, and now I'm not even considering winning or drawing this match. I'm considering damage control, because this could be catastrophic. We were ahead on goal differential, but to get a battering like this puts us in a very, very deadly position if we were to tie points at any point with any of the lower teams. It was crucial that we had to do something, get something out of this. Vanderbeek linking up with Nori, getting across to Shorter.
An opportunity for a side that's been struggling.
Does anybody want to finish? Does anybody? we got 2 incredible chances in front of goal, and we didn't even put it on top. We didn't even make the keeper work. But now, Gomez over to Schöner, great defensive stuff. Churning in acres of space ahead of him, playing it ahead. What is he gonna do? Goes ahead, beautiful ball roll, does it the defender. Not even close. You could go ahead. I looked this back. I put the perfect amount of power for a finesse into the top post, but beautiful over the top to Schöner, gets bullied off of it. Piszczek has to parry it out of bounds, and it just was not happening. We get the tackle there, but it goes right back into the path. Smelzer goes across the formation.
Oh, fuck me.
Yeah.
There he was, and very,
As I
very
said
coolly
on the
taken.
Sven Bender goal, they don't need these lucky bounces. You can see right here, the defender slides and is in the way. It somehow pops over the top. Sonya's not even looking. He's like, I scored. I scored, guys. Yeah, this one was a rough one. Easily could have been 4-0 there. And it was an absolute batting from Borussia Dortmund. There wasn't all too much, to write home about until this moment. Finally! Finally, good work. Adamilson on the overlap with the cutback cross finds Schöner, who's been performing absolutely tremendously in real life, by the way. That's why I want to incorporate him a little bit more in this career mode. Get a little bit of play for the older gentleman. And then Adamilson, a man reborn, cutting inside, singeing the far post. We easily could have put this back to 3-2. If we had just finished our chances, we might have been up 4-3 in this situation. And look at this. More lucky bounces for Borussia Dortmund. And then Nori goes ahead, turns in his defender, linking up with Van der Beek, gives it over to Cassiera, and I think I might just...
With the shot there.
Yeah, thought he might have done better there. Had a bit of time and space, good position.
Yeah. How many chances did we miss in this one? But we lucked out, actually. Sporting beat Moscow, but here's the kicker. We play Sporting in the final match. So if Sporting is able to beat us by, I believe, 1 goal, then it would be tied, and I think we'd have to go into either like a penalty shootout or extra time. But if they beat us by 2 goals, we're out. That is how it's going to go down, guys. So stay tuned in the next episode to see if we advance to the Champions League. So it was looking good. I was like, yeah, we can use our first team now. We're going to be kicking ass. I want to really cut a swath to the Champions League, upset some big teams. We don't know anymore. Aubameyang and Borussia Dortmund put on a masterclass in front of us, man. We were the boys. They were the men. And it's eye-opening to see that while we're doing very well in the Eredivisie, there is a league above. The Bundesliga, the Prem, all those teams there have massive more amounts of quality than us. And it's invigorating, though, because I'm hungry. I don't want to lose like this anymore, man. I want to build up this team, focus on the youth, get them into action. I want to rematch up against Borussia Dortmund. I want to pound their faces into the ground like they pound me into the ground. And it's fiery, man. It's fiery. I'm really loving... I can't lie. I'm really loving playing this Ajax Career Mode. It's just 2 tons of fun. That's all I'll say right here. We actually dominated possession, though. 57%. Unfortunately, if we had just put half of our chances on target, it could have been a different story. We could have, we could have elongated our goal differential, kept it at neutral, and then to force Sporting to beat us by more than 2 goals, unrealistic. To tell them to beat us by 2 goals, playing our formation, not too unrealistic, and we still have to use our second team. So you're gonna have to stay tuned for the next episode, guys. If you want to go ahead and get caught up, go ahead and check out the last episode. It's a goodie of the Ajax Career Mode. I also did a pack opening. I think it's jokes, man, with my girlfriend. Go ahead. I highly recommend. Please go ahead and check that out right here. Ding. And yeah, that's it from me, B-. Hopefully you guys are having a wonderful weekend. And remember to stay yourself, stay humble, and be weird.